Hey YouTube, I just want to, I know this isn't a video I typically do, I don't talk to you guys a lot, but I want to talk to you guys a little bit about a website called Guitar Fetish. I know there's just a little bit out there on YouTube, so I thought I'd add a little bit to uh, what's out there. I thought I'd add what I have to say about them. This guitar is not all Guitar Fetish parts, but the majority of it is. I got the body, the tuners, the pickups, and the wiring through them. I'm going to show you here real quick. So this is just kind of a brief overview. The actual neck is a Fender neck that I ordered through them. They had a factory clearance thing going on, factory buyout that they do every so often. I ordered the neck plate on Amazon that says custom built. I chose not to put a back plate on there just because I find them to be a little useless. It sounds incredible. It sounds kind of like that whole Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jimi Hendrix, the 60s and 70s style guitars. I'm going to plug it in here real quick and let you guys take a listen. Excuse the messy stuff. I typically use these two pickups right here in the position between the second and third, the middle and the neck pickup. I really like that thick, that kind of bluesy. I love that. This is the neck pickup. It's that middle position again, between the neck and the middle. It's the middle pickup. I think it's really powerful, kind of. It's got some twang to it. It's got some twang and some spank to it. Here's the middle, between the middle and the bridge. Here's the bridge pickup. This would be good for like a Lightning Hopkins type thing. Go back to that between the middle and the bridge. Try something real quick. little bit, but I'm not Jimi Hendrix, so it's kind of hard to do that and sing at the same time. So I've talked a lot about the pros. It sounds great. It looks incredible. This kind of classic, kind of yellowy white. I love it. But the one thing that I've really seen, and I've heard other people talk about it too, is I don't know how the Pro line is because I hadn't really bought a lot from the GFS Pro line, but there's a lot of color inconsistency with the bodies. Currently building one right now. I've got it in pieces out in the garage, but the body that I ordered was Fiesta Red, and it came in a coral pink color. Now, from what I've heard, some of the original Fenders back in the early 60s had some color inconsistencies too. And I think Hank Marvin was one of the first guys to have one of the Fiesta Reds in England. And he said that his first one was actually more of a flamingo pink, which is why he wanted it. Needless to say, I was a little bit surprised when I got the pink one in, expecting like a blood red or a Fiesta Red. But other than that, they're lighter too. It's what I can take this up on stage and it's not going to hurt my back. It's not going to hurt my shoulders too much. A lot of musicians know that if you're playing a gig or something, you're probably going to be up there for 2 or 3 hours, unless it's unless there's other bands playing. That can kind of weigh on your shoulders, so you need a lightweight instrument. That's certainly, I do like how light these are, but they don't lose resonance. They're really dense too, so even you might be able to hear it. It's really loud for an electric guitar. I mean, it's definitely not as loud as like my Resonator or the Dreadnought, but if I'm traveling or something and don't want to wake everybody in the building, this is probably what I'd bring. Just not plug it in. I can hear myself well enough to practice. I've got the classic original Clusen style tuners here. I did have to make some adjustments to the bushings. I put some of that Teflon tape around them to make them fit better, for a tighter fit. But they do offer the conversion bushings. So if you go that route, I would highly recommend using those. Clusens are my preference by far. I know a lot of people hate them, but I'm a sucker for that classic vibe. The knobs I ordered on Amazon, they are the chicken head style knobs. I'll show them to you real quick. They're like what you'd see on your pedals and whatnot, but they were cheap. And I think next time I'm probably going to go with like the classic Fender knobs, but I love this thing. It's kind of got a nice thick bluesy sound. It's perfect for what I use it for, and I didn't break the bank. The neck is just super silky smooth. I took some 1000 grit sandpaper and just smooth the heck out of it for a couple hours. You can't feel the edges of the frets. It's just super nice. Yeah, you're gonna have to put a little work into it. setting it up and everything, and obviously constructing it. But I feel like it's well worth it. And these pickups and the wiring harness are actually solderless. I suck at soldering. Tried to do it a couple of times, and just didn't have the knack for it, I guess. And I really thought they'd lose power, or I thought they would lose some tone or something. I thought maybe they wouldn't be as good. But honestly, I haven't noticed a difference between the soldered and solderless. I love these things, and if something ever goes wrong with the pickups or with the wiring harness, everything's infinitely replaceable. So I haven't tried companies like Warmoth or anything else like that, but I imagine that they're just a little bit more higher quality and a little bit more, actually probably a lot more customizable as far as your options. In fact, I've seen some of the options that they have, and they're a lot more customizable. But if you're just looking for like a classic Strat look and feel, or a classic Telecaster or whatever, you could do a lot worse than GFS or Guitar Fetish. Those guys down there really know what they're doing. I really like their pickups. In fact, I used them to. A friend of mine had actually sent me his guitar to replace the pickups, and that's what I used. I used the GFS pickups with the solderless. His pickups had actually gone bad and quit working altogether. I took it apart and the thing was just corroded. So, but it sounds pretty good too. I'm not going to plug it in right now, but I've got some other things I'm going to do to it. But yeah, if you're looking for a nice guitar on a budget and you don't mind putting in a little work, I would go to GFS. I mean, like I said, you're going to have to put in the work to build the thing. But I think the end result, if you're looking for something to play on, a workhorse guitar that's going to sound great, GFS is your best bet. Cheers.